I hadn't been back to my ranch in over 3 weeks. The moment my boots hit the dirt, something felt off. The gate wasn't how I left it, and that's when I saw the police cars. 2 patrol cars were parked right outside my property. Lights flashing like I had committed some kind of crime. I hadn't even stepped 10 feet forward yet, and already I knew this wasn't normal. Then I saw her, standing there like she owned the place, arms crossed, attitude loud, pointing straight at me. The HOA president, Karen, one of the officers, walked up to me calm, but clearly expecting trouble. "Sir, we got a complaint about illegal property use." I almost laughed. Illegal? On my own land. I'd owned this ranch for over 15 years, paid every tax, followed every law. But Karen wasn't done. She started listing complaints, like she'd rehearsed them: unapproved structures, agricultural violations, noise issues. None of it made any sense, and the officers knew it too. So I did the one thing she didn't expect. I pulled out my phone and I made a call, a very specific call. "Hey, it's me. Yeah, it's happening again." I didn't need to explain much. My lawyer already knew about the HOA situation. He just told me one thing: stay right there. That's when Karen's confidence started slipping. She noticed the shift in the officers' faces. Something wasn't adding up anymore, and she could feel it. 5 minutes. That's all it took. 5 minutes for everything to turn, and for her little HOA to start collapsing. A black car pulled up out of nowhere. Not just any car. The kind that means business. Everyone turned to look. Even Karen went quiet. My lawyer stepped out, calm as ever. Suit spotless, expression unreadable. He didn't rush. He didn't need to. Within seconds, papers were in the officer's hands. Legal documents, stamped and signed. Karen tried to interrupt, but no one was listening anymore. Turns out, Karen's HOA had no authority here. Not anymore. Their jurisdiction had expired months ago. She just didn't know it. The officers exchanged a look, that silent kind of understanding. The kind that flips a situation instantly, and Karen felt it. She tried to argue, raised her voice, pointed fingers, but the tone had changed. She wasn't in control anymore. I just stood there, didn't say a word. Sometimes silence speaks louder, and this was one of those times. My lawyer stepped closer to her, explained everything, slowly. Every legal mistake she had made, the line she had crossed. That's when it hit her. This wasn't just a complaint anymore. This was legal trouble. Real legal trouble. One officer turned to her. His tone now firm, official. "Ma'am, you might want to step back." That was the moment she lost. Her arms dropped. The attitude gone. All that confidence faded in seconds, replaced by silence. This land had always been mine. Before their HOA even existed, they're built around me, not the other way. I remembered when they started building those homes, promised peaceful community living. But peace doesn't come from control, and they learned that the hard way. The final document said it all. The HOA was no longer valid. No power. No authority. Karen took a step back, then another, like the ground under her had shifted because it had. The flashing lights finally stopped. The tension faded. Everything got quiet again, the way it should have been. The officers headed back. "Don't arrests, no warnings for me. Just a misunderstanding." Cleared. She stood there alone. No support. No authority. Just the reality she created. I walked right past her, didn't even look her way, didn't need to. It was already over. I opened my barn. Everything inside just as I left it. Quiet. Untouched. This place meant something more than rules or complaints. It was history. It was mine. I took a breath, let it all settle in. The chaos was over. Finally. Somewhere out there, they were realizing it. Their HOA was done. Karen didn't say another word. She just walked away, slower than before, different than before. The sun dipped lower, casting gold across the land. Everything felt right again, like balance had been restored. I looked out over my ranch. Every acre told a story, and none of them belonged to the HOA. Not anymore. This ground was mine. That always had been. Always will be. No paperwork could change that truth. The wind moved through the fields. Quiet. Free. Just like it should be. I couldn't help but smile. Not out of victory, but out of relief. It was finally over. 2 worlds. Side by side. One built on control, the other on freedom. Night came slowly, and with it, peace. No sirens. No complaints. Just the stars above, the same ones I grew up under. Unchanged. Unbothered. I sat there for a while. Thinking about everything, close they came, and how fast it fell apart. Just hours ago, she thought she had control. Now, nothing. The neighborhood was quiet too. Different kind of quiet. The kind that follows a mistake. A big one. Morning would come soon. A new day. Without HOA rules. Without interference. And when it did, everything would be different. Simpler. I walked forward. No hesitation. No doubt. Just forward. Because in the end, truth always stands its ground. And this land, it stood with me. If this story surprised you, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more unbelievable HOA stories and tell me where you're watching from.